Hey guys, what's up? I know I haven't made like a video a really long time and I didn't really intend on it making another one, but this kind of is weird, so I kind of just thought I'd make a video on it. So, I was sleeping in. I was gonna skip all my classes today because I was like, fuck it. I'm not going to school today. Anyways, so I am just relaxing, laying in bed, sleeping. My roommate comes in. Pat, you gotta wake up. It's time for you to go to school. I'm like, thinking to myself, what are you, my fucking mom? Get the fuck out. Anyways, um, I was woken up about 11:30 to somebody knocking at the door. I'm like, okay, it's gotta be a neighbor because if it's somebody else, I would need to buzz them in, right? But no. So I go over there. I'm still in my PJs. Like during this whole thing, I'll just tell you about it in a second. I'm like in my PJs, and like I uh, I go and answer the door. I'm like half awake, and there's this guy in a dress shirt, dress pants. I'm like thinking, oh fuck, it's a Mormon missionary. What? I'm not interested at all. um, Instead, he had this box with him, and I'm like, "Oh, are you like the repair guy or something?" I don't even know. And well, at first I did think it was the repair guy. So I'm like, "Oh yeah, come on in. It's over here." Like showing him like where I needed and like shit like that, like where I need because I was wanted the new tiles. I wanted it like for my kitchen. I know it sounds kind of weird, but I want my tiles ripped out, and I want a hardwood flooring put in. I know that sounds really weird, but I think a hardwood floor in a kitchen sounds kind of cool. Anyways, back on topic. So he comes in with all this stuff, wheels it in. He has like a whatever. He just wheels all of his junk in, and I go back and sit on. I'm like sitting on the couch. I open my computer and I go on Facebook. So he's just like, "Okay, how are you today?" And blah blah blah. I'm like, why are you talking to me? Like, go do your thing. Go, like, um, you know, do this thing. Like, do your whatever. So I'm like, sitting there, like, kind of like, what the hell? And he's just like, um, he like, he's just like, what kind of vacuum do you use? I'm like, I use like this. It's a dirt devil. It's a piece of shit vacuum I picked up at Target for like I don't know. It was like $100. It doesn't even have like the spin brush on it or anything. And I'm learning all of this stuff today. I didn't even know like these things could do what they do. Um, so it turned out that he was a Kirby sales vacuum cleaner person. What the hell is a fucking salesperson that sells vacuums? What? Who sells a vacuum cleaner door to door? Um, that just seemed kind of odd. Like, who? I mean, I've heard of like salespeople, but I always pictured them selling like things like household cleaners or like I don't know. I've never really even thought about it, but yeah, he was a salesperson, and he like was showing me this vacuum, and he wanted um, like to show me all of the things that it could do. So I'm like, okay, go for it. I mean, like, what else am I gonna do today? I mean, like, this is gonna be interesting. Like, he said he was gonna clean my house for me, so I'm like thinking, yeah, I'll do it. Just go ahead. So he starts cleaning my house. And about almost 2 hours, he literally just left, like literally 2 3 minutes ago, and it's what time is it now? 1:40. Um. Anyways, like he cleaned all of my house, and it was kind of funny because I don't really give a shit about my floors, except for my kitchen. But he was vacuuming, and he had this weird attachment thing on the side, and he had like little like they come with like coffee filter discs or whatever. Ooh, he's really hot. Damn. Okay. Anyways, um, he would like vacuum, and then it would build up these piles of like dirt on it. I don't even know if I have them anymore. I think he took them with him. But it was kind of gross because like every like literally every foot, it was like black. I was like, oh my god, is that really how dirty my floor is? At first I thought it was like a gimmick, like he was doing something to make it look like that, but no, it's just he like took it apart and he showed me like I called him out. I'm like, are you not doing some? You're like doing something to make that happen. Like, nope. He just took it apart and showed it to me. He's like, no, this thing really does pick up that much. I'm like, wow, that's kind of cool. So after he showed me all the things that you put together and clean the house with it, I'm like, okay, I think I could use this. I mean, I didn't know my house was really that dirty. I didn't really care about it. I mean, I thought about getting a housekeeper, but I mean, my roommate didn't want to because she's like, I'll just do it all. But she has yet to do it. Um, so I thought this thing would really help out with cleaning the house, especially. I mean, the damn thing can turn into like it can blow up a blow up mattress. Okay, I mean the thing can do pretty much anything you want it to. For God's sakes, this thing is actually really kind of cool. But um, when I found out that um, the price of it was pretty much a down payment to lease like an S-Class Mercedes, I was like, oh my God, that's like the biggest ripoff I've ever heard in my life. And that's literally what I said and did. I was like, oh, that's the biggest ripoff. And he just kind of like, he like looked down and he looked up and then I don't even know if he like sniffed an attitude with me, but he's like, so I did all this just for you to say no. I'm like, well, it's kind of, I mean, $4,600 for a vacuum cleaner, like, you gotta be shitting me. Like, no, I'm not paying that. And then he went and asked if I had a phone. I don't have a house phone. I just use cell phones. House phones are like a thing of like the 20s or something. I don't know. But he got on the phone, his cell phone, which he had with him. I don't know why he asked for my phone. So he got on his cell phone and he called somebody, I think it was his manager, and talked to them, and they agreed to cut the price in half. So it went down to 2,300 something, I think it was. I'm still like, no, I'm not paying that. I was sitting there and I Googled how much these things were, and this guy wasn't shitting me. These things really do cost thousands of dollars. And I'm like, wow. But I did a little bit more digging when he was doing more presentation trying to sell me this dumb thing. He's just like, I looked into it and it turns out they do scam you. They do raise the price several 100%, 1,000% or whatever, to make their commission. So I'm like, oh, okay, so all I gotta do is barter with him. That'll be easy. And because I've been to Chinatown. Who hasn't been to Chinatown? I mean, it's easy as shit. Get, barter with these people. Anyways, so I started bartering with him, just straight up bartering. I'm like, oh, I'll do 900. He's like, no, 1,300. And then he like said, you know what, forget it. I have a better idea. And then he went out to his car and he brought up a different one, because apparently the first one was the Centria or whatever. Centra, I don't know. I think it was the Centria. Yeah, it's Centria. And he brought up, I guess, an older model. Okay, and he sold it to me for $450. He's like, it does everything this one does, except this one's just an older model. And he came like clean to me. He's like, yeah, they don't change anything. They just change the body style. And this is just an older model. So he sold it to me for $450, and it was brand new. It was called the G4. He said it was from like early 2000s to late 90s. I'm like, okay, well, it doesn't even matter because it's all the same guts. It's all going to do the same thing. So I'm like, okay, I'll take it. So I give him my credit card. He charges it. And I'm thinking, like, I got a great deal. And I think I did because Dyson vacuums are like, what, $600? And I mean, I got mine for $450, and I, like, when I pulled it out of the box, he helped me assemble it and everything. And I assembled it and everything, and yeah, assembled it, and it's all set up, and everything fun like that. And we hooked up this weird attachment thing, and to show that it could still suck up the same stuff, and it sure did. He was right about that. It really is the same machine, but just a different year it was made. So I think I got a great deal. I was actually really happy that he sold the older model to me versus the newest model, because otherwise I wouldn't have bought it. Because seriously, what he was asking in the beginning, I was like, are you on acid or something? I'm not paying that. So yeah, I thought I'd just share that with you. I mean, like, it was kind of interesting. But what was really weird, sorry to make this video so long, but it was really weird when he said, like, he had to sell one more. Oh, he's really cute too. Holy shit. Today just must be hot guy's day. Anyways, he said that he had to sell one more, so then, like, the company was gonna send him like a family vacation with his family, and he like really needed it. I don't want to say it sounded like he was begging me, but it sure shit seemed like he was begging me to buy it. I'm like, dude, get over yourself. Why don't you go get a better job or something? If you really want to go on this vacation. I don't know. I don't know. But, yeah. That is the story of my life. Really is. Fucking being awoken by some asshole trying to sell me something. I get enough of that every day. Okay. I mean, I go to the streets, and people are trying to sell me shit all the time. I don't need this. The last thing I need is them coming to my fucking house to sell me something. That's what you get when you live in Manhattan. I swear.